Well, hello. It's me. Yeah. So again, I am doing another video because I am a procrastinating piece of garbage. And again, there are things that I just want to do that I'm not sure about doing and whatnot, but I wanted to get another video out. It's been a little bit. And yeah, I know that I've probably been scraping the bottom of the barrel here, but I'm going to use this video here as an example to kind of just like talk about some of the gaming stuff that's been going on recently. Um, so to just quickly follow up on some other things that I wanted to just follow up on, but didn't think that they needed their own video. Quantum TV is still a piece of garbage, and he is still doing his own thing. I don't know why he hasn't just packed it in yet. He's still holding on to that whole notion that Elden Ring and all that other stuff is still important, even though it hasn't been around even though it hasn't been about Elden Ring for a very, very long time. I'm starting to think that he just might want to not do that. And number two, the PlayStation Plus has now been announced to be like a new thing. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. So, yeah. I'm sorry for procrastinating it, and this is a little too long, but let's continue and move on. So, yeah. Enjoy the video. Or my commentary of the... You know what I mean. Ah, yes. You gotta love the good old intro from Big Man Gamers himself. Again, this is going to be a kind of a quick one, because this video is 4 minutes, but in all honesty, it's still kind of dumb how I'm reacting to a bunch of his videos, and they're so easily debunkable and so easily just cool to just commentate over, for the fact that, well, again, I'm not even sure if he's still a troll. If he still believes everything that he says, then cool. I guess. But if it's not, and it literally is just a troll, okay, cool. You got me on the hook, at least for a little bit. I'm not going to give him as many views as I really probably should. I just saw this one and thought it would be easy one to react to. So, yeah. He's just like a very easy person to just like, hey, this is cool. And then just start to debunk and talk about some of the things that I actually wanted to talk about. So, yeah. Visual representation of interesting ignorance.
Xbox Game Pass? More like Xbox lame ass.
Ha ha.
Please. The most destructive, egregious, anti-consumer scam gaming has seen since in-game monetization. And from Microsoft of all people. What a surprise.
I love how he calls Xbox and Microsoft's whole thing like, that's a scam, that's a thing that's bad. Yet he titled it New PlayStation Plus Destroys Xbox Game Pass, when it does not have none of the features or none of the actual backwards compatibility and none of the actual games that gamers want, and yet costs a more exuberant amount of money. You even have to pay for cloud gaming. That's some bullshit. Like, I get that on a PC for fucking free. But yeah, essentially what he's talking about here is he's again talking about Xbox Game Pass. I'm not even sure if he's going to bring up PlayStation Plus at all, because his fucking video never is what's in the fucking title. But to quickly go over it, for those of you who are not in the loop, Xbox Game Pass is, of course, having the two-tiered system of the regular standard $10 for Xbox Game Pass to be able to rent games and to be able to play as many games as you want, but you have to still buy them, and that's just for other stuff. Or you can upgrade to the Ultimate Edition for the amount for not a huge amount of money, again, $15, so over $120 a year. No, that's with the $10 one. With the $15 tier, you can then rent and even stream and do a whole bunch of other games. And there's a lot of things to like about Xbox Game Pass. How is it that renting a bunch of games for the price tag of $15 a month a bad thing? And again, what that PlayStation is just doing with their new whole like PlayStation Plus is all that they're doing is wrapping up the two services into one. And in all honesty, it's just that they are doing that without offering you anything beneficial to anything else, because they still want you to purchase the game. And you still have to remember that a lot of their games are still $70 on the next generation consoles. $70 for like newer games, when Microsoft and everyone else, for the most part, are like selling their games at around 60, the standard. And I am putting on my tinfoil hat here and saying that they that Microsoft did kind of want to raise the price, but then what's his name? Fuck, I always forget if it's like Phil Spencer or whoever, but the person in charge of Xbox went up to them and said, no, why don't we just take the $10 that it would take to like push the games forward and up like in price, and rather than put it onto the people who want to continuously buy the games physically or buy the games for whatever reason on the store, and just like shunt it off as its own thing, like cut that $10 off, move it over here and put it into its own thing that we can perpetually make more money from, because then if we still need to increase the prices of the actual games, it'll keep that price down, because that $10 would be overrun to the fucking other people who will then just continuously give us that $10. Like that, I don't know how it's a bad thing. In all honesty, I'm rambling. Let's continue.
Imagine applauding a brand that unabatedly tries to steer the industry away from ownership and towards perpetually renting your own games.
And yet, PlayStation is better?
Just like they tried and failed to do with the Xbox One, trying to force you to be connected online to play anything, but got destroyed by gamers and by the PS4.
One of the weird things is that since I do take marketing as like a class, or not like a class, but like as a major, not a major, since I take it as stuff in college, since I'm going to like business school, it's interesting to me that he again brings up the thing of the Xbox One and how that failed because of this X, Y, and Z reason, even though X, Y, and Z reason isn't necessarily the points. And there is, again, another thing in marketing that all of these fanboys continually and continuously miss, which is called a market shift. And basically, like, there's like a market shift and yada, yada, yada. But I remembered this from my marketing principles class, and to break it down to very conciseness, as I will try to make this video as small as possible. To break it down to its conciseness, you have 4 different kinds of products. You have your star products, which is like the which is like the newer products that draw in like customers. You have the cash cow products, which are old products with low growth rate, but can still bring you a steady flow of cash. And then you have the experimental product, which is like new stuff that has the potential to grow, but has a low market share in. And then you have the ones that are the other two that are like the low market share and the low market growth, which I don't think are the dog those are the dog products. To basically, it's like a small chart of like, if you've ever seen the one in science. Basically, you want to have the new ones draw in new customers all the time, and you want to have that sort of way of making more money. And most of the time, if you have like a cash cow, which is usually the older products that have low market growth, but still bring in you a consistent amount of money, that money then gets filed towards something else. So again, I think in terms of this, it would be PlayStation has the PlayStation consoles, or probably more than anything, it's just that they have their exclusives, which brings in them a consistent amount of money, as well as, I guess, PlayStation Plus. Now, with the way that they're doing this. And that gets funneled towards the next product, or the next new console, to then make that whole thing become like a cash cow and other sorts of stuff. And then they can also do, and since they've also done like that stuff, they're going into their experimental stuff, which in this case would be PlayStation VR. and the previous, like, not so good console, maybe like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, they are seen as deficits to the company and therefore are not being supported or being continued. And again, that also came out of like PSP and a few other things. Like their failed past, or not failed, but their past products that have not seen any market growth significantly would then be, of course, discontinued, and they'd be like, yeah, we're not going to just do this anymore because we don't want to support it. And that's usually, again, what a lot of technology stuff does. And yes, the Xbox did fail. The Xbox One did fail, but not just because of what they were doing, but they walked back a lot of their statements because the market wasn't technically there yet. And also, first impressions are very important when it comes to marketing. And to basically make a long story short, they fucked themselves in the butthole hard from the get-go because they were not offering the same processes, and they were trying to do too much and be too innovative at once without offering alternatives to people who might have wanted to do the older methods, which is, again, missing the forest for the trees entirely, because they said, oh, the market is going this way, but it wasn't going this way as fast as Microsoft wanted it to, so they had to pivot back onto the road, which again hurt them in the long run. But again, the market did eventually shift back into that direction, as we will see later in this video, but I'm rambling on again. And that is essentially the fucking crux of the issue in some context, as he is a just... You'll see.
Now they are back to their old tricks with stupid Game Pass. You will own nothing and you'll be happy. Why are PlayStation now trying to copy this garbage model?
Because they actually recorded growth profits, which is what companies want.
Copying Microsoft, who have been in third place for the last 10 years. 10 whole years. An entire decade in last place.
That's just for market share. And again, Microsoft is much bigger than just Xbox. If you're talking about just Xbox having like their share of the market in the gaming space, that doesn't matter to Microsoft too much. And again, Xbox nearly did get shut down, to be honest. And they have now caught up to third place with Sony. And again, they have been in third place. And with that, what's also funny is he'll bring up something later, but essentially they have been in third place, quote unquote, in terms of the consoles. Not really. It's more of just the... I don't understand this metaphor.
That's like if you were an Olympic sprinter and came in first place, then after receiving your gold medal, locking down the podium at the guy who got the bronze and saying, that guy who I already beat hands down, he's onto something. I better study his technique.
I mean, what if his technique was better and that you did win hands down, sure, but you saw his technique and you looked at it and you said, I wonder why he actually got some of the better times, or why he doesn't seem to be as like tired, doesn't seem to be as like exporting as much energy. An Olympic swimmer in this case would still, or an Olympic, no, they would still study their old stuff just to be like, how could I improve my time, like incrementally over time? Because again, being number one doesn't just mean that you continuously do what you're doing. Being number one means that you are constantly able to continue to evolve and go forward and be better. It's not like the biggest problem in the world. Again, if you came in first place handily and whatever, you'd still want to be able to do that consistently over time. It's not about winning that one race. It's about winning the next race and then the next race and then the next race, and you're always building and improving upon yourself. So yeah, no, even this metaphor fucking breaks down if you really think about it.
Oh my god, bro, I can't even. What garbage Game Pass is, and what noobs Xbox fanboys are, but that's what they want. They love the thought of there being no physical choice, no ownership, no actual games, nothing but online shooters and Battle Royale with a monthly fee.
Again, there's a lot more things in there than Battle Royale. And again, he just has buzzword. But, I mean, I guess there is, again, still options to, like, alright. Having Game Pass as an option opens up a lot of different things. This kind of reminds me of the same argument from this one dude who would be like, oh, you need to not get Game Pass, or you need to do this other thing because you need to be like the guy who the guy who said that that they doubled Xbox Live without doubling the thing of Xbox like Game Pass, and said that if you don't have the ability to get out, if you don't have the ability to pay, get out of fucking gaming because you're poor, essentially. That's essentially what he was saying in the conclusion. But you get my point. To be fair, this is a slightly different thing, but it still falls under the same category, where you're saying that it's trash because they're offering you games, yet again, you've titled your video New PlayStation Plus Destroys Xbox Game Pass, yet you're about halfway through your video again without actually bringing up fucking anything having to do with PlayStation Plus, the other thing. Because, again, you're fucking probably a troll, but I'm just using this video as a jumping off point to kind of discuss the points and things. And this is just an easy way to do it.
All Xbox fanboys play is the latest COD and Fortnite. That's what they do. That's what they think all games should be. It's because of them why Resident Evil 3 Remake was missing the clock tower. It's because of them why we haven't gotten GTA 6 yet. It is because of them why Gran Turismo 7 is full of microtransactions.
What in the holy geriatric god are you fucking talking about? It's... Alright, let's unpack this. So, he says that it's because of the people who want to budget game that we haven't seen GTA 6, that we haven't seen, that Gran Turismo was full of microtransactions, and that Resident Evil 3 was missing the clock tower. Okay, first of all, Resident Evil 3 missing the clock tower. I don't fucking know what that even is supposed to mean, and I don't know how to unpack that, but I'm assuming, because again, I haven't played Resident Evil 3, personally. Not that it's a bad game, just that I haven't played it, I wasn't around to play it. But the clock tower not being in Resident Evil 3, to me, screams more of an ineptitude of the developers, because they couldn't either find the actual thing or the level systems to be able to remake it. That or they just ran out of time. One of the two. That's a developer thing. That is clearly a developer thing. There's no reason in the four realms of the fucking universe that you'd be able to say, oh, it's because we, as gamers, didn't fucking buy the games because they didn't have the games. It's like, there's such a very stupid amount of logic that needs to be doing that in order for that to happen. There's another one. So the second one, GTA 6. Why haven't we fucking seen it? Because Rockstar is freaking lazy sometimes. And again, GTA 5 is just so massive at this point. And this is, again, Rockstar that we're talking about. How freaking long did we wait from Grand Theft Auto 4 to Grand Theft Auto 5? Like, several years, at the very least. And the fact that, again, this game is going on 7 years? 6-7 years for GTA 5? I don't remember. But again, they're going on a lot of years because the game is so huge and so massive, and people are still buying it and people are still playing it. And again, it's just because that this is Rockstar's gaming model. They make one really good game, and then they just like, and then that's their cash cow for the next fucking years. That's what I brought up before. So yeah, basically their GTA 5 right now is their cash cow, and they're looking to create the next cash cow. So they're taking the money from that, probably reinvesting it into the newer game that is going to eventually come out. Maybe, maybe not. But then you have Gran Turismo motherfucking 7. This is the worst example by far, because this is just because he says, "Oh, it's because of gamers buying microtransactions, and that's the point." No, it's not, bro. No, it's not. It's not necessarily. The tangential relationship is there in this context, but it is not correct. The reason why Gran Turismo 7 has a lot of these microtransactions is because the game looks like it was made in 2012 and taking all, well, not 2012, 2012. The maybe 2016 actually, where it was just microtransactions out the fucking wazoo and shit. And again, Sony just wanted to milk this for money. It's all because of the publishers. That's why they did the things that they did. That's why they wanted everything. It's not fucking gamers' faults for buying these microtransactions. Not fucking at all. And you're again saying, "Oh, it's because of these Xbox gamers." Even though I don't even think Gran Turismo is on the Xbox. Gran Turismo 7 isn't on the Xbox. I'm like 99% sure about that one. It's not even on the Xbox. It's not even on those other systems, really. And it's just so fucking stupid. Again, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain that I'm correct. That it's that Gran Turismo is on PlayStation. Put it up, editing me. Please do, because I'm gonna forget. But yeah, Gran Turismo isn't even on the other consoles and systems. It's just so fucking stupid to me that he says it's because of other people buying these microtransactions that it's the problem. And again, you still haven't talked about PlayStation Plus. What the fuck? What the fuck am I on about? Jesus Christ. Talk about the actual thing in your title, damn it. Stop making it clickbaity. Whatever, fuck it. We're moving on. Moving on!
Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. That's all Xbox fanboys can say, but Xbox is a load of trash.
Also, I find it funny that, he said that Gran Turismo 7 is full of microtransactions, yet has, I think this is Gran Turismo 7 footage in the back, or at least the trailer in the background, because he never actually has a gameplay.
Xbox fanboys are on copium and in full damage control mode, and I am living rent-free in their heads. Microsofts do be salty. If Xbox fanboys were a flavor of potato chip, they would be salted. Because they have no games. Xbox has no games. No one is buying Xboxes, bruh. Xbox is on life support. The Series X is very much a multi-plat machine. I bet your name is Dylan or Scene, and that your gamertag has the words Assassin, Sniper, Wolf, Prime, or 666 in it. But you can't spell Game Pass without ass.
Oh, fuck my ass hardcore with a goddamn cactus shit. What the fuck did I just listen? That was just verbal vomit. Verbal vomit. That's all that was. Just, this is why I need to, like, not do this anymore. I hate big man gamers right now. But no one else is covering him, so I kind of have to do it. I don't have to, but I hate this so much. Like, even, like, you gotta... It's so bad. It's just so bad. There's no other way around this. This guy has some of the fucking worst takes on the goddamn internet. Some of, not like the worst. Like, you can tell that either he's just either memeing really good and I'm falling for it, hook, line, and sinker, or at the same time, it's so fucked, man. It's just gross and nasty. Fuck off, all right? You know what? Fuck it. There's a minute left. I can't make it through this one. Nope. There's a minute left. I'm fucking over. No, I'm done. Nope. Turn it off. Turn off the camera. Nope, we're done here. Fuck it. There's a minute left. He's just gonna talk about this bullshit. He's not even gonna bring it up. He didn't even bring up PlayStation Plus. He didn't even bring it up. Fuck him. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're done here. No, we're done. Goodbye. Nope. See ya. All right. Jesus Christ. Anyway, sorry I got a little angry there, but it's again very early in the morning and I have a slight hangover because I decided to drink last night. So yeah, Not because I drink because to forget the pain, even though I kind of think that I do at least a little bit. But I'm more talking about that I was drinking because I was at a party, and yeah. And this isn't even like the worst hangover, but my head hurts. So yep, we're done here. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video commentary on stupid shit takes on the internet. My name is GamePenguin21, and yeah, peace off.